Howdy folks, Nathan Adlin here with the Fast Lane Car, and I'm freezing in Decano, Colorado. Behind me, the 2015 Nissan Juke. Now, the reason we brought it to IMI Motorsports is so we can drive it around the track because it has a new power plant, but there's been some interesting upgrades outside and inside, and that is all coming up next.
Nathan, we've got the best fans, viewers, and of course, Patreon donors in the entire world.
That's right, we couldn't be here without you.
And because of you guys, we have done so much more this year. We've got a brand new show that airs every Saturday called The Fast Lane Car, of course.
Yep.
And of course, now we have these cool hats and shirts. So if you want to help us grow and you want a hat and a shirt, all you have to do is click on the link below, check out our Patreon campaign. Our goal is $1,000 a month.
That's right.
We're at $750, and if you donate, if you pledge $5 a month, you get the TFL shirt.
Yep.
T-level is for wussies, of course.
Yeah, that's right.
And if you pledge $10 a month, you get the shirt and the hat.
That's right. And I mean, this type of sportswear, it's beautiful on us. It's going to look even better on you.
All right, it's beautiful on them and you, not me. I'm not a hat guy. Anyway, thank you guys for your pledge. And if you want this to grow, it's all about you. Please check out the Patreon campaign below.
Thanks, guys. Cleansing breath. Why? Because I'm about to talk about style. But before we go there, let's talk about what's new. Now, it starts in the back with revised and actually half-decent looking taillights. And these 17-inch wheels, which frankly are rehashed and same as before, still look pretty good. And then, of course, there's the front end, and that's where all the new stuff is. Primarily because if you look up here, you're going to see a new design with LEDs that has that boomerang kind of, what is that, Nike shoe slash kind of Audi-ish. Yeah, okay, anyway, Nissan did this little boomerang thing on some of their other cars and they put it on here. And you also have a revised grille, which is a little bit more, as they say, aggressive. On top of that, this color, they call it cosmic blue. It looks purple to me. Yeah, but anyway, so there you have it. That's the Nissan Juke, and it's styled exactly the way that you're about to say it, because if I say it looks good, you're going to say it looks bad. If I say it looks bad, you're going to say it looks good. So let's put it to you this way. It's very unique. And away we go. A little bit of turbo lag, that's why I was revving it hard, trying to get it up there. Now, does have a torque vectoring rear end, which for a car in this price range is pretty remarkable. And what that does is it really gives you some sharp reflexes, especially for a vehicle that's relatively tall in the saddle. So far though, this thing has been remarkably quick. But see, that was a spot right there where there was a problem. The problem is that the wheels were slipping, but what the car chose to do, just like it's doing now, is my foot's all the way down, and it delayed the amount of time I had before the acceleration kicked in. And that to me is a problem, because the driver, at the end of the day, especially on a track, in sport mode, really should be the person who has the last say on what the car's doing. What you see here is a brand new engine, even though it doesn't really show that it's a brand new engine. And what I mean by that is it puts out 188 horsepower and 177 pound-feet of torque, so it's basically the same. Now, this particular one is hooked up to a CVT, which is also hooked up to an all-wheel drive system, which has torque vectoring out back. But you can get, in some versions, a 6-speed manual transmission, only front-wheel drive. And torque comes in a little bit earlier. Slightly more efficient means combined 28 mpg. Moves pretty quick. So first run, 8.3. It's not bad. That's relatively quick. I wanted to be classy when it comes to how interesting this interior is, but you know what? It really isn't. It's kind of difficult to live with for me, and that's because of this whole plastic thing here. And then they say it looks like a motorcycle gas tank, and it's supposed to look speedy, but to me, it just draws my eye in because it's the only thing in here that's really bright other than over here where the switchgear is. Now, okay, so that's not so bad, but it's just, I don't think it looks that great. Steering wheel, by the way, not a whole lot of it. Really would like more communication. I hear that around the track, the Nismo is much better with steering feel. The weight's pretty good, but I really don't have much communication with the front wheels. Anyway, here's a cool thing. If you want to heat the seats, which you can get, heated seats, it's not up here. It is down there. So, little thing for you guys if you want to actually stay warm. Now, here's the cool thing. Aside from the fact that the interior is very easy to use, and there are some hard plastics on the door and whatnot. Now, if you look, you can see how small the actual door opening is. It's tiny. But once you get in, and once you manage not to whack your head really hard, right there like I just did, there is enough room for me to sit behind myself. It is a little tight, and yeah, my knees are pressed up against there, but I can fit. Headroom, barely enough for me, and I slouch. This is one of the first of the baby crossovers, and so it's sort of a pioneer, and because of that, some things can be overlooked. And for instance, the amount of space behind the rear seats, 10.5 cubic feet, not a lot. And then if you put the seats down, your grand total does become almost respectable because it's just under 36 cubic feet. There is a little tiny bit of room, and you actually get a real spare tire right under here, which is great as well. Out of all the vehicles it's going to be competing against, the upcoming Chevy Trax, the upcoming Honda HR-V, and other vehicles that are going to be hitting the market, the CX-3 and all that, this is probably one of the smallest in terms of cargo room. Good brakes. Whew. Any better?
What do you think?
I think it was a little bit quicker.
Yeah, it was.
There we go. So over a second quicker.
Yeah, 15.3, so.
That's better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, awesome.
You know what it is? It really is the traction control that defeats it around the corner. So it's still on, but it's definitely was letting me do a little bit more when I was going around a corner, so it didn't cut the power completely. It is a fun car. At the end of the day, a 0 to 60 time that's around 8 seconds is pretty good. It's quick. Around corners, it saves your butt with that torque vectoring rear end. It is a great little car to drive, even though it does have a CVT. Here's the one thing. Fully loaded, this one comes in at over $28,000. That's a lot of money for this car. Now, on the other hand, you can buy one of these base model for just over $20,000, and that's much more reasonable. For the TFL scale of buy it, lease it, rent it, or forget it, I'm going to give it a rent it, only because it's not quite enough car for that much money. For the Fast Lane Car, this is Nathan Adlin. Don't forget to go to tflcar.com for news, views, and real-world reviews. Hasta luego.